Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We have Seth Furey in the house, which has the celebrity mobile massage. I need some hands of fury in my life. How's it going?
Just going on the show.
So nice to meet you.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about what Hands of Fury is all about.
Hands of Fury is my way of just introducing massage therapy in a different light. So much focus is on fitness nowadays, which is a great thing, but very few people actually put attention onto the recovery aspect of it. So I wanted to come in, kind of bring more of a youthful, more engaging way that can get the whole world involved. So opposed to just being massages in a dark room, I'm like, let's make this fun. Let's do events. Let's, make videos. Let's go, just kind of make people who even aren't into massage therapy still enjoy the content, what we do, and then just kind of make more attention brought to it.
What was your introduction to massage therapy?
My introduction was just simply loving them. I mean, I got them all the time. I just love the whole connection that you can give and you can receive. So I just felt like it was something that I could definitely find a big passion in, and I'd be good at it.
Mm-hmm. It's a real luxury. I remember thinking, when I have money when I grow up, I want two things. I want to have someone that will clean my house, and I want to get massages. Massages are a very luxurious thing, especially in relationship. So you're doing couples massages, right?
Yes, this is something new that I just thought of. I mean, I've never seen it done before, but I felt like there was a need for it. I love the idea that I'm able to get couples involved with each other. So yes, I could just simply teach massage, and that's cool, but they have schools for that. But then there's the aspect of actually creating a space for couples to bond and have fun with each other. So that's when I said, okay, we can do massage therapy, which is something I love. And then we can bring people together, which I also love. So it's a win-win. Everybody has fun. The guys enjoy it because I get to make them look like Superman, basically, because, they go home, their girlfriends or wives are super happy about the gesture that they're doing with it. And all in all, it's just a great experience, and people are just catching on. They love the vibe, and even if they're not there, they can just still feel the love. So it was important to put out content that gave people to be excited about, because it's not really around anymore nowadays. So yeah.
So what happens when a couple comes in? Can you explain it to us?
Yeah. So the whole concept is I would be in the front of the class with my assistant. The whole idea is that it's all about them touching each other. I'm just there to simply help out and do my little pieces verbally, but I work on my assistant. They work on their wives. I go around kind of give them some tips on what they're doing, and they learn what they can within that time frame, and then take it home and hopefully continue it. They don't just give up after the class. So so that's it.
Is it difficult though to actually get the men to the class? Because I feel like it'd be the women dragging the guys, saying, "Listen, I want you to learn how to rub me."
Well, yeah, I know. Well, it's actually good because the first guy that I put up, everybody just kept commenting in the sections like, "This is the sweetest thing I've ever seen. There are no guys out there that are like that." And I'm like, well, I'm like that. And there's a lot of friends that I have that are also like that. I just don't think we've ever been given the light to actually showcase that. So I'm like, if I can give guys an opportunity to look the way that they want to be looked at, you know what I mean? Then I feel like a lot of them have been reaching out to me like, hey man, my girl would love this. Can I come take part in it? So I think it's a great thing. It's not really that hard to get guys in, actually. Some couples aren't as big on the PDA, so that's something that you definitely have to, find couples that are actually okay with the idea of being in a room with other people, or if not, then you just do a simple private session with the two of them. But either way, they'll, take something from it. It's fun.
So beyond this, it shows a lot about inspirational stories and hearing people have to overcome things and stuff. Tell us a little bit about your story and journey to coming to this love of what you do.
Well, I came from Boston 10 years ago, and initially it was for music, so that's how I ended up in LA. And then life takes course, and then you just kind of gravitate and go with the flow. And it wasn't easy. I mean, I obviously went through my fair share of LA struggles, the staying in the cars and staying on couches and everything that you can, possibly imagine I went through. But I also am very headstrong, and when I have a vision of where I see myself, I try not to focus too much on the actual moment. And I just say, okay, at some point, whenever this passes over, I'm going to be here. And that was the strength that kept me in LA. And then after a few years, finally, I started to get on my own 2 feet. And somehow this just kind of fell into my lap, I was always doing it before, but it wasn't full time. And then once I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I want something that I can control. Music is it takes so many moving pieces to create one thing. I mean, you have to coordinate with producers and, songwriters. And so everybody has to come together for one common cause or else nothing ever happens. With this, I get to control it. I get to be creative. I get to do the visions that I see for it. And, I love every aspect of it. I mean, I just love to help people out and, make people feel better. And it's a powerful position to have. So to know that you can literally walk into someone's house, they're feeling either in pain or just down, and then you leave and they're feeling great doing backflips. So it's like to know that you have that power. It's like a superpower, So, and then, just LA is just magic, There's no other place like it. So.
Right. Well, good for you.
Thank
good for creating what you love and bringing love into people's lives. And massage is very important. So
it is, yeah.
Where can people find you?
So social media is the biggest thing. So Handsoffurey everywhere. Facebook,
name, by the way.
Thank you so much.
It's
It's my real name too, by the way. A lot of people get confused by that. They're like, "Oh, Fury's your real last name?" I'm like, "Yes."
You see your birth certificate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, Handsoffurey, the website, obviously, and then Instagram, Facebook. So we're everywhere. YouTube.
Right.
And you go to them. That's what's so great about your service, right?
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of times people can't always take the time off work, or when they get off work, everywhere else is closed. So we work until midnight. So it allows you a little bit more time to get it in right before you go to sleep, and then just go to bed and we're gone. So it's a lot more luxurious and, easier, no parking, traffic, LA is crazy with that. So we make it all easy, no stress.
Love that. That's one of the biggest impediments to doing anything in LA. It's
Exactly.
LA traffic. I'm like, 3 miles, but like 3 hours away. I don't have to sit here.
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes that'll be the reason you don't get a session. You just don't feel like going through the headache.
Okay, so I'm wondering, as a woman, if I wanted to give my guy a massage in honor of Friday Feels, right? What is like the one tip or trick you would tell me to do?
Is to feel loving, if that makes any sense. The whole idea of massage is you have to feel nurturing. There are some people that can naturally just gravitate into massage therapy. Some people you can take them to school for 10 years and they will still suck. There's nothing they can do. It's just they don't have the touch,
There is a touch, right?
Usually, because people will call and they'll, show interest in wanting to work with us. And the first thing I do before taking anybody on is I have to see if they're good or not. And I can tell in the first 5 seconds. I'll be like, your touch is just it's unsure. It's not loving. And my biggest tip to people is like, just treat them as if you love them. It doesn't have to be in a sensual way, but just be nurturing and be intuitive. And if you're able to do that, the moves and the techniques and the anatomy will follow behind it. So that's like the biggest tip. Touch them. Like
at least pretend.
Exactly. Some people just can't do it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So if you can touch them like you love them, then they'll feel it. And then at that point, that's when the techniques and the actual moves come into play.
So I have a more personal question. So I know that, when we think of massage therapy, a lot of times people think, there's a lot of things that happen behind closed doors. How do you overcome, this is really just a professional service. This is not a prostitution.
Exactly,
this is not whatever. How do you deal with that in your business?
The biggest thing for me has always been reputation and consistency. If everybody is all saying the exact same thing about you, then for one, it gives those, that may have had an idea to try something, maybe they shouldn't. And it keeps people feeling confident that, okay, if 100 people all said this is what it is, then I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine. So it really just comes down to consistency and reputation. I can't control what people think.
Right.
I can only control what I do and what we do as a team. And it's very important for us to stay straight. We want a long-lasting career. We don't want anybody looking at us as creeps. And it's tough because we are a younger company, and a lot of our workers consist of, the actors and the models, and they're very great. They're all licensed in what they do, but traditionally we're a little different, in that sense. So we have to pay extra attention to make sure that we, make that clear. So we do a lot of parties, actually. We stay in groups sometimes just to kind of keep everyone together and seeing us all in an open space, so that way there's less talk to go on. And so that's basically all you can do.
All right.
You can't stop the rumors of what people think, but you can just do what you do and hope that everybody shares that part of the story.
Yeah. It's a great party idea. You have food, wine, whatever. And I've been to parties where they have masseuse and people kind of take turns and they go in, and it's in the same room or in the other section or whatever, and it's a very luxurious, beautiful experience for everyone.
And I think too, the other reason it's such a fantastic idea is because I think
people have so much anxiety around social situations, right? And so the opportunity to do something self-loving like that, or loving for someone else, is just, it helps people to relax and to be more social. So
exactly, very few. I mean, people aren't really touched that often. I mean, you can go. I mean, just think about when somebody actually touches you for an hour straight.
You can touch me right now.
We need some hands and fury in our lives.
Because it's a very selfless act. You're literally for a full hour, however long you get your session, you are devoting your full energy onto one person. They're completely on the receiving end, and that's not something that you can just have going throughout the day. You know, some people just need to be touched. You know, if you think the average person doesn't always, you might get a pat on the shoulder, but you know, to actually have that type of attention on you is very loving, and it's needed. You know.
So incredibly important. You're right. I have a clinician. She always says we underestimate the importance of touch. And if you have a baby and you provide the baby everything necessary to live a life, but don't touch them at all, they will die. They'll literally die. So it's an important point to make, and I really appreciate you sharing all that with us.
Definitely,
for sure. Really beautiful work. Thank you so much
for
everything that you do and honoring that. And I think it's cool to know that sometimes you come to LA and, you know, dreams shift, but sometimes they're even better than we ever expected them, right?
Exactly. And that's what I always tell people. Just as long as you're living in your dream and you feel like you're waking up with a purpose and you're happy about what you're doing, then, you know, life's going to be great. So
and then you'll have Handsoffurey.
It's not so great.
And that will make it really great. I promise you that. Right?
I want to stick in LA just for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So stay tuned, you guys. We're going to be right back with another inspirational story. Stay tuned.